Hi, welcome to the Handyman Homes YouTube channel. Today we're talking about solar geysers. So solar geysers. This is just going to be a very brief intro into what solar geysers are, how they work, the different types of solar geysers, if the solar geyser is right for you and your home. There's three different types of solar geysers, two very similar and one with a difference. The most popular one is what is known as a thermal siphon solar geyser. This works with a collector plate, a solar panel if you like, out on your roof, and the geyser either mounted above it on the roof or inside the loft, depending on the layout of your home and the availability of loft space and a few defining factors. These work through a system, a phenomenon known as thermal siphoning. As water heats, it rises. The cold water is at the bottom, the hot water is at the top, and this thermal siphoning system creates flow of water. So the water is sat in your tank, the geyser, it flows out cold into the panel, the sun heats it, it rises to the top and it comes back into your panel. This is a really efficient, simple way of heating. They're cost effective and they will save you money. The next type of system also relies on thermal siphoning, but if your roof layout, if your loft layout doesn't allow, then you would need to pump that water. So this system also has a pump added in. Obviously the pump has its own cost and there's an electrical demand on that pump to keep it running. So not as efficient as a thermal siphon, but still a very efficient system. And if your loft layout, your roof layout doesn't allow, then this is the ideal system. So that's a thermal siphon with a pump. So if you like what we're doing on this channel, then please like, subscribe, and do leave us a comment down below. Thanks. The third type of geyser is a relatively new one to the market. I'd say new, but it's been around for about 10 years. This uses a traditional PV photovoltaic panel or two on your roof, and it has what's known as a dual element. This element can heat using AC power, your normal ESCOM, your normal municipality power, or it can heat using DC from your solar panels, depending on the intensity of the sun. So if the sun is there, your geyser will be heated by the element from the sun. If the sun isn't there, then the heat will be, the electricity will come from ESCOM. These are a great system if you don't have the roof space for a large panel that's got water and weight and all of those things. So the thermal siphoning panels, if you don't have the roof to do that. Also, if you live in an apartment building where you're many stories away from the roof and the only access is via the channeling that runs usually through the center of a building, because these systems just use electrical cable that can be pulled and pushed wherever they're needed, rather than water pipes that take up more space and are much more complicated to install. So they are great. The downside is they are nowhere near as efficient as the thermal siphoning system. The average numbers are around 70% less efficient than a thermal siphoning system, but that still means that 30% of your heating needs are now being met by the sun, which will reduce your overall bill. So if you're interested in solar geysers, if you would like to have an assessment of your present installation and the cost to either convert what you've got or add new solar geysers, then please do get in contact. It's handymanhomes.co.za. You can reach me on 071 319 2831. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for watching. Please look out for our next video. And next time we're going to be talking about light bulbs, globes, what ones are efficient, which ones are inefficient, which ones you should be looking at replacing or even removing. This is all in our effort to try and make people more aware of their energy efficiency. So catch you next time. YouTube channel, for any of your, do you have a project around the home? I had to get my head in there.